afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 11th, 2020, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Just a couple of things. In the end of the meditation, we're going to take a much softer, easing everybody out of the meditation than what I have been doing. So we're going to make that adjustment so people can just slowly on their own come back into the body, so to speak. So that'll be a shift. So if anybody wants to know why I'm doing that, it'll be easier for people to adjust and not feel like they're being shocked, because the ending I was doing before can be a little disruptive to some people who are in deep meditation, and so we're going to shift that to a much softer coming out of the meditation. Just want to let everybody know that. As far as other calls on the other line, we will be doing those. We have one tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So that's on the Tradera call, and you can find the number, the call-in number, on my website, weareonelightforall.net. It's right there on the call-in information. We will be performing a recorded call that people can send people to. Okay? So those things are, we'll discuss that tonight on the 9 p.m. Eastern call on the Tradera line, not this line. They're completely separate. There's something that I think we all of us, everybody that participates in this meditation, there's something that's happening. We are the happening, but it's interesting because we feel certain things, and we're, we have a tendency to kind of think it's external when it's really not. There is a massive shift going on, but also be aware that those lower frequencies are agitated greatly because they are losing their source. I put this in a couple of ways. They're losing their source of the physical, of what, through anger and frustration that we all experience. That source is leaving. We are leaving. We're in 5D. It's like I said, we've got 1 foot in the cow pie. But we are in 5 density. That's why all of us, when we look around us, it's different. The reason it's different is because we're not in that frequency. We're just not in it. So, we look at it, it's like absolutely nutsy cuckoo. It's just crazy. And be careful to understand through the heart mind, not to allow yourself to be dragged into that. Frustrated. I've witnessed people breaking down and crying because they're so frustrated with it that it's just so, it doesn't vibrate with them anymore. This world doesn't vibrate with us. It's not in our frequency anymore. I think you understand that. And we've been taught a lot of things that just are not in truth. They're not integrated in honesty. So it's difficult for some of us to maneuver certain things emotionally. But you also know that when you are in the heart mind and you're over it. I mean, you're working from the heart mind. You know your ego mind. You oversee the ego mind, and you keep the ego mind on sitting and waiting for any kind of cue that you would actually need the ego mind for. Our direction is to basically eventually eliminate the ego mind. Okay, and we do this a little bit at a time, and we can tell the difference. But it doesn't mean that we are not. This doesn't mean that we aren't affected by the silliness around us, and that's why it's so important when I suggest we go with the flow and laugh. laugh at things. You don't have to laugh outside, okay? You can laugh to yourself and just have a ball laughing about it because that's how silly it is. But don't jump. Try not to jump into the stream of it, where it starts to affect you. It's easy to do because we're all caring and we're all one and we're all family. So we desire the other parts of us to be in joy and awareness and consciousness, but they're not, say, and we know that. And this is a wonderful learning for all of us to actually have the opportunity to witness this on the outside looking in, so that we're actually seeing it. Before, a lot of us were in it, but now we're not, okay? So our frequency is different. So if you think that you're not in 5D and what it's like to be in 5D, you're actually experiencing some of it now. Where in your heart mind there is just empty. That this experiences that are happening are empty. That they're not, you're not engaged with them. You're just not. It's like, okay, well, are you interested in this? It's like when someone says, are you interested in this? And you go, no, not at all. Doesn't float my boat. I just am not interested in it. That's all. Okay? It doesn't ignite a spark within me, type thing. So be mindful, be aware of this, because it's real tricky and it can pull us in. And when we aren't even, we don't, and eventually when we don't even know we're in it, we don't realize we're in it. So it's being very careful of that. And as we master things in time, obviously in this lifetime we aren't going to master everything. We're always learning. I don't care if you're 150 or 10, we're always learning. And we never are going to know everything in these bodies. But we learn to be humble, and we learn to love ourselves and each other equally, so that we just don't have this disintegration, so to speak, of our ego minds taking over. When the ego mind takes over, and I've witnessed it, I've been there. I was at a time where my ego mind was in charge, and it's not pleasant. It's not good at all. But we're in our heart mind, we just flow differently. We are just, we're one with each other, and we love ourselves and we love each other, and nothing's going to interrupt that. Nothing's going to stop that. That's a constant. And once we embrace and understand that, then we just float differently. The music, everything is different now. It's all changed. And it's going to continue to go up and accelerate. And we are not going to be in a hole anymore. We're not in that hole. That hole's been filled up, buried, doesn't exist. So what we are looking at is absolutely marvelous. It's absolutely spectacular. And remember, we're the ones making this shift. We are the ones with our intent as a collective consciousness of this planet are making this shift, this swing. What do you think has influenced all of this monetary shifting, all of this change? Do you think it just happened? Do you think it just comes out of nowhere? It comes from our collective consciousness. It comes at when enough of us, consciously aware and deep within our heart minds, are desiring this shift, this change. It has nothing to do with who's leading what across the planet. It has everything to do with us and what our intent is and what our joy is. And not just for a handful of us, but for every single one of us. All of us. And I'm looking forward. I have no expectations and no attachments. But I am experiencing the joy of the fact that everyone deserves the best of everything on this planet. Every single one of us deserves the best of everything. You deserve the best of everything. You should communicate with yourself about that, because the God within you is in total agreement absolutely, that we deserve the best of everything. It's not about avarice or greed, manipulation or deception. It's just that we deserve the best of everything. None of our brothers and sisters on this planet are going to be in squalor, are going to be impoverished, are going to starve, they're not going to have this anymore. We are shifting that, and we are growing. And the civilization is coming more and more aware that this cesspool that we've been forced in, this matrix, is over. It's over. And we're going to continue to progress, and we're going to continue intensifying, we're going to continue to expand. It's just, that's the way it is. We've decided that. And we're not going to turn back. We have no reason to. It is the past. It literally is the past. But remember, as I say in all the meditations, be careful not to not allow it to seduce you back into the past, so that you take the past into your future, and you create your future out of your past, and you relive your past in the future. See, it's easy. It's easy for a lot of us to do that. It's always a temptation. But yet, if we continue to move forward, and the cupboards are empty, we can then fill them with the new energies and the new frequencies. You know as well as I do, if our subconscious mind is full, how are we going to put anything new in it? You can't. If you have a garage full of stuff, or an attic or a basement, and you can't even walk down there, how are you going to bring anything new in? You can't. So you move out the past, and you replace it with the present. It works really well, and that's where we detach. We don't have any attachments or expectations. This life is designed. Who designed this life of ours? Who designed it? Did some being from outside up in space and come in and they design it? No, we did. We designed it. In fact, we design and create everything. Once you fully embrace that, you'll experience such freedom, such freeness. It'll just be absolutely phenomenal. Now, every experience in our lives has the potential of becoming a spiritual experience. And so it has the potential. Doesn't mean it will be. Now, even the most ordinary experiences can turn into just simple experiences. Can turn into vast, expansive, enlightening connections with our divine. So what we do is we step out of the way and allow our smaller self to surrender to our bigger self. Okay? We step out of the way, and we allow our smaller self to surrender to our bigger self. What is our smaller self? What do you think it is? Well, our smaller self is the ego mind, subconscious mind, the physical, okay? It's the physical aspect. So our bigger self is the God. It's our divinity, divineness. And when you do this, when each of us decide in our own way, in our own direction, when we decide that, we say to ourselves that, we all are merges. And we merge with that, with just an unlimited source that we all truly are. We merge with it. You see? We're not separate, but we consciously merge with it. So who we really are merges with the vast unlimited source that we truly are. There's nothing more spiritual than this surrender. You see? Do you see it in your heart mind? Do you feel the frequency of it? And what it means is that we move into the one consciously. We merge with it, which is all things. We flow with it. We look at this life we're in, and we say, a lot of people have said to me, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. This can't be all there is. But it is all there is. But you just haven't discovered the vastness of it. You believe that it's just you in this small area. You haven't opened yourself up to the understanding of humbleness, of understanding that you're the one. You're part of the vast, unlimited source. That's what we all are. Vast and unlimited. But it's difficult for some of us because we're still connected to the physical. The physical. Physical's very, very seductive to us gods. We're drawn to it because it's a whole different experience for us in these bodies. To smell and to taste and to see and, like we do. Right? Yeah, a lot of people complain about their lives and say, this is what I've been given, so this is what I'll deal with. Which is so silly. Because they're the very ones that have created the very thing that they think that that's all they've been given by some external authority. So understand is that who each and every one of us are, we literally step out of the way and allow our smaller self to surrender to our bigger self. We surrender to our God. We surrender to pure consciousness. And who we all are merges with this vast, unlimited source that we all are. See, we are everything. We're everything. And I think you can understand that there is nothing more spiritual than this surrender. And when we truly surrender, and when we truly trust 100%, the source simply melts into you. When we truly surrender and we truly trust 100%, the source simply melts into you. Now, we are aware, be aware of this, and know that the only thing stopping any of us from having a spiritual experience, even while you're listening to me, it is your mind's grip on reality. So, what do? We slow down. We take a breath. We begin to realize that we should never be in a hurry. And we're very, very methodical and slowly. We begin to know that we are the source of the divine. And that we let it slowly, let this sink in. And the spiritual being you already are is completely perfect, exactly as it is. And we do things slow. We slow down. We're not in a hurry. We have no reason to be. So we take in very slowly, and we notice what happens in our consciousness. we are the source of the divine. And we slowly let this sink in. Or silence, we let it sink in. And the spiritual beings that we already are is completely perfect, exactly as it is. Healing is awakening to the perfection that already is ours. Healing is awakening to the perfection that already is ours. Baird T. Spalding. Now, here's a question for everyone. Ask yourself this. How will we know when we're having a spiritual experience? How will we know this? I've been asked that several times. How will I know I'm having a spiritual experience? How do any of us know? Well, first thing is that there's a feeling of being very expansive. It's like a healing and a freeing feeling inside you that seems to exist everywhere you are. And there's always a sense of magic in the air. Have you ever experienced, I know you have, as if anything is truly possible. The experience simply happens when you are 100% open, present, and receptive to the entire universe and its divine existence, just as it is. And when any of us choose to know that we are open to the possibility that everything in the universe is perfect and divinely orchestrated, it's easier to embrace it exactly as it is, right now. And when each of us can see the bigger picture, there's no more resistance, complaining, or efforting to get something better. Because you can find peace in any situation, because you know that life is eternal. And no matter what happens to you, that this too shall pass. And if you ever want to ask yourself anything that you're trying to figure out, look within, be still, free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of living in the way. Look within, be still, free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of living in the way. Buddha. Be a light unto yourself. Be a light unto yourself. Buddha. Now, each of us, every one of us, we can easily relax about our life because we can simply choose to let the love in our hearts shine in all situations. That's because we operate from the heart mind. Notice where the love in your heart is coming from. You'll feel better just by opening up your attention in this direction daily. I do everything I can to practice it all the time. This focus will till the soil to give roots for the spiritual experience waiting to blossom in your being. Now, some of us, when we look inside, we notice worry, stress, and fear instead of love. Watch where the tension shows up in the body and take hold of the tension. Watch where the tension shows up. Okay? Only you're going to know this. Watch where it shows up in the body. Take a hold of that tension. Use it to drive you deeper into the source of love inside your hearts. Now, this experience may make you squirm at first, Yet soon you will relax deeper than you ever have in your entire life to date. The heart is the source of each and every one of our spiritual essence. It's the doorway to the very core of our being, where our spirit abides and the greatest life experiences are found. And remember, you are safe to venture inwards. Focus on your hearts religiously, and a lightness will begin to pour into you. This will soon give birth to an amazing spiritual experience. How can others, be happy? If you can practice, if you want to be happy, practice compassion. Practice compassion. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. Practice compassion. Practice, practice, practice compassion. So, today's meditation, practice compassion. And if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies from head to toe, inside and out. Only you know where your stress is. Stress is the biggest destroyer of the physical form. Only you know where it's at. Let it go. It serves you no good, no greater good. It is something that you created and brought in through the ego mind. So let it go, head to toe. All stress, all worry, all fear, all anxiety, all hurriedness, all fast thinking, slow completely down. Listen to your breathing. Allow yourself to let go. As you do this, and through your loving intent, the body will relax. Everywhere. This is why some of you fall asleep in the meditation. You become so relaxed, and that's a good thing. Now, we want to move into the now. And the now is all we have. The past is gone. It shall never return. And the future has not been created. So the only thing that we have is the now. And by being in the now, we aren't seduced. We don't allow ourselves to be seduced into the past, to reminisce, embrace, go over, and then bring it into our future, and to create our future from the past, and to live our future out of the past. So we're in the now. We focus on exactly the moment. Whatever it may be we're doing, we focus on that moment. It is the space between heartbeats. It is the moment, the now. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Focus on it. Know what you're doing. Experience it. Be in deep gratitude of it. And work from the heart mind, from the love that you are. Watch what happens. Practice this. So the now stills the mind. It stills the ego mind, the subconscious mind. We don't have all those thoughts. They can't come in because we're only focused on the now. And everything else stops around us but the now. And as you focus on the now, you want to breathe. Why do we want to breathe? Because the breath is the now. Our breath is always in the now. So you visualize this breath. We breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, we aren't interested in breathing in so hardly that we stress the body. We breath in nice and easy and relaxed. And then we breath out. We breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. Now, as we're breathing in, as we easily take that wonderful breath in, visualize this in your heart minds. We start from the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra, for those of you who do not know, is in the groin. And from that sacral chakra, we pull that breath that we take in right up through the center of our bodies. And all the chakras we pass through. We come through the chakras up to the heart chakra, to the throat chakra, to the third eye chakra, which is the center of the forehead, to the crown chakra, which is the whole top of the head. It's the focus of continual source creation frequency pouring in. Now, as we do this, we feel it come up, all the way up into the brain. And as we pull it into the brain, just at the back of the brain, back of the head, we hold it there briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And then, as we're doing that brief hold, we condense it, pressure it into pure liquid energy. Pure frequency, liquid. And then we release it over the pineal gland. As we do this, the pineal gland leaves the shape of a prune and becomes expanding. It's like a rose blooming. And it continues to do so. We want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. So we pull it in, we condense it into pure liquid frequency energy, and then we softly release it over the pineal gland. The pineal gland is the gateway to all particles of existence. It is the gateway to pure consciousness, and it is the gateway beyond consciousness. So it is important for us to have this organ operating at full effectiveness. Now, we also know that this is divine positive energy that we've condensed into pure liquid form, that we're literally bathing the pineal gland in. Pure, divine, positive energy. We also know that we have the ego mind. We're very aware of it. And we literally tell the ego mind that what? We are in charge, not the ego mind. We are the masters. We operate from the heart mind, much more powerful than ego mind. We tell the ego mind, you're not in charge here. I am. So please take a seat. You'll notice a shift every time you do that. Doesn't mean the ego mind gives up. It's very relentless, but it does mean that it begins to understand that maybe you don't need it anymore. And in time, you won't. We are one. We are consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. We have others with us now. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. All of them, all of the angels are a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. This is why we don't see a lot of things in our atmosphere and around us. They vibrate in different frequencies and light spectrums. Now, they are consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And they're with us always. They help us all the time. When we're consciously aware, they appear in humanoid form. They impart some conversation with us. And usually it doesn't dawn on us until they're gone, until they've left the building or wherever it was that we came across them, that they put themselves in our path. it kind of comes over us as if we say that was an angel. And I'm so grateful and thankful that they gave me this message. Now, they can also surround us, any one of us, 50, 60,000 of them. Because of the frequency they vibrate at, they take up a small amount of space. We also have the Ascended Masters, who are also consciously aware that they're of the highest, deepest eternal love, from the highest, deepest eternal love, and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. Now, the Ascended Masters have ascended out of physical form, and they hold God form. What is God form? It's pure consciousness, pure energy, frequency. And they help us all the time, because they choose to help us. They don't have to help us, but they choose to. And, we all help each other. And so we're all one. Do you think the Ascended Masters are not part of us? No, but they are, as we are them. It's fascinating when you really start to understand clearly, in your own way and direction, just how magnificent each and every one of us truly are. It's absolutely phenomenal. So you have Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. So we're all together at this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation. And we form a circle of light. We become the light because we are the light. We are deep, eternal, love light energy, frequency. We maintain this frequency. This is why we are so bright. This is why the light grays out the darkness of space. Darkness is an opportunity for light to fill it, not the other way around. This is such a bright light, you don't see our forms, you just see the light. And it literally shines upon the planet at the equator. And we begin to levitate ourselves up. As we do this, we're immediately met with a massive gossamer field of brilliant, reflective, vibrant colors everywhere. And as we enter this, then we're presented with Archangel Raphael's Emerald Green Flaming Healing Light, which is a column that reminds us that we're the power of healing. We have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael, which is a column that reminds us of our power, of our strength, of our resolve. We have the white fire. This is a column that reminds us that we are imbued with a flaming white armor. Now, the flame is not hot. It is so pure and so powerful that it seems to quaff or flame on the surface. And as long as we maintain our higher frequencies of deep eternal love and deep eternal gratitude, the armor is impenetrable. But if we choose, and only we can choose, that we lower our vibrational frequency through anxiety, stress, fear, hurriedness, impatience, we lower it enough, then the lower survival matter frequencies, lower dark matter frequencies can enter that area that we have left open. Now, we have the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that if we do this to ourselves, we can call on the purple transmuting flame, we can bring it in, it will immediately transmute all of these lower vibrational frequencies into neutral light substance, and then we send them back to pure consciousness, where they become no more. But we also have the violet ray, which is a column that reminds us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can purify the area where those lower frequencies were. This lifts us and balances us back. It reinstates that part of our armor. We are once more in balance and harmony with the higher vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. We have the golden, white, pink light, the God, the pure consciousness, the love, the one, all of us. This reminds us of who and what we are. We are the love. We are the God. We are the one. Now, as we continue to levitate up, we also see this massive column. And we created the column. It's larger than the solar system. And at the top, we see this cascading golden, it's a golden ocean as it continues to saturate, flood, and bathe everything. And that golden ocean, each of us are a drop of it, and each of us hold the essence of it, which is everything, which is eternity, which is existence, forever. Now, those of us holding physical form step outside of our bodies and float above our bodies effortlessly. As we do this, we're immediately compelled to call out to all of the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude, and that are consciously aware of this, can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions from every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And all of us are in the highest of deepest eternal love. We are the one, we are the love, and we are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all of these civilizations, many, many, many of them, only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude, that are consciously aware, can join us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, generosity, humbleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, kindness, gentleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are the one, and we are the love, and we are the God. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of the off-worlders, all of the galactics, and only those, there's many, many, many of these civilizations, and only those that are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our ascension, in our enlightenment, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Just to name a fraction of them that we're familiar with. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Avian, the Saturnians, many, many, many more. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are the one. We are the God. And we are the love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one. And we all are the God. And we all are the love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Just to name a few of them: the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They are with us now in this meditation, in this circle of light, in this now. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we all are the one, and we all are the love, and we all are the God. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It sets center circle. We all created this sphere over 2 years ago. It houses all of our meditations in vibrational frequency and perpetual motion. Over 800 meditations, continually growing and intensifying every single day. This is of the purest of deepest eternal love and gratitude. It is of the highest of highest high frequencies in pure consciousness and the collective consciousness. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever have been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It floods us all, non-stop, eternally, head to toe, inside and out, both our physical and our etherical bodies. And it is pure, deep, eternal love and gratitude. It is bliss, joy, peace. It is tranquility, benevolence. It is gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness. And we are bathed in it every single second. You can feel it in your heart mind. You can feel it throughout your very existence. It is all that there is. And it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. And we all of us, continue to practice compassion. We continue to practice compassion in every step of the lives that we are in. We continue to practice compassion, always. We look down upon this planet Earth, Gaia. We see all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universe. And they too are being lifted. They too are being bathed with deep eternal love and gratitude, non-stop. And as all of us continue to practice compassion, it affects all of them, because they are the one. We are part of each other. It cannot not. And as we continue to practice compassion, this opens up many gateways to higher and higher and higher frequencies for our entire civilization of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. See it through your heart minds, embrace it, and understand the love that you are, the happiness that you are, the divineness, the perfection that you are, and the gods that you are. Join in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Okay, let's slowly come out. Move more into awakeness. Easy. Slowly. Take a few breaths in, breaths out. Move slowly, easily, softly. Take your time. A few more breaths in, out. Clear your vision. Stay in the love that you are, in the peace that you are, joy, and the bliss that you are. And we will return Tuesday, May 11th, 2020, at 3 p.m. Eastern.